Okay. Want me to clap? Okay, the first thing that we want to do is heat up our glue gun. Make sure we have packing tape close by. And what we're going to do, the one that has the extra bottom fin on it, we're going to use those first. We're going to lay them out. Is that right? Nope. It's this one and this one. So we're going to lay them out. We're going to take it and flip it to the upside down here. And we're going to put a piece of packing tape right across the bottom. Right across the bottom. I'm going to roll this over. We're going to put a bead of glue. We're going to open it up like this, put a bead of glue down the center. And we'll put it down. Make sure you put it down flat on the table. Get yourself a scrap piece, wipe it out. Make sure you wipe all the excess in and out and in and out. Let that dry. Hold that down flat for a minute or two. Alright, now we're going to roll this over this way, just like this. We flipped it over now to the side where the tape is. Everything's nice and flat. We're going to go ahead and tape these pieces on now to each side. It doesn't matter if your cut's not perfect all the way across. It'll come out nice. Because what we're going to do, we're going to fold this over top on top of this. Okay, unfortunately, I've made a mistake on the plans. This one right here I have marked. Actually, you'll have to transfer that mark to the other side because that's the way you're going to be laying it down. And once we flip this over, at this point, the mark's going to be on this side. So this one here, make sure when you do this one, you mark it to the opposite side. These pieces right here, we're going to glue to the inside on both sides. So let's go ahead and do that right now. Put a nice bead of glue all the way across. Some things in the way here. That's alright. We'll just put a little bit more glue there. And we'll put this to this mark. Make sure you move it back and forth just a little bit, just to get it so that it push down nice and tight. You want that in there really tight. Now you've got your two center rails in place. You see these lines you have on either side. What you want to do with those is you're going to run your pencil in an angle and just make a score right now. Let me tell you, it's probably a lot easier if you use a straight edge or a square or something to get yourself a nice straight line. We're not penetrating through. All we're doing is, see, I was a little bit off on that, so it's better just to go ahead and use a nice straight line that goes down the edge there. Hit it a couple times. You're going to tear the paper a little bit, but we don't want to go all the way through. That's why I'm using a pencil. I just want to make an imprint in it. You do all four of these. You do both sides here and also the other side. Let's go ahead and do these. Okay. Now, what this does, for this reason, we want to fold these over real gently all the way across on both these lines. So you're actually folding into that score. And the reason we're doing this is because when we fold this over onto this, you're going to have a nice rounded wing because you want to keep it rounded to the top. Let's go ahead and fold both of these over. Just be real gentle so you don't snap anything. You just want to bend it into it. Now we've got that all folded in. We're going to open the wing up this way, and you're gonna bevel back both edges of this with your X-Acto knife. So let's go ahead and start from one side, and you can go more than a 45. You really want to, because you want to get in there. Make sure you don't cut that tape. You're trying to get some of that meat out of the center. Make sure when you do this you don't cut your face. Make sure you repeat it on the other side. Same thing. It's okay if you slip a little bit, and it doesn't have to be exact. You're just trying to get some of that meat out of the center. Now we've got ourselves a nice fold to the inside. Let's take both sides here, fold them around, making sure that you've got yourself a nice V going on. There we go, that looks pretty good. That looks pretty good. Okay, so what we're going to do now is take a bead of glue, go right down the center here. Take a bead of glue right down that center, because we're going to fold that over and let that harden up. Actually, if your glue gun is hot enough, and you can do this all in one shot, then go ahead and put a bead of glue across the top too. There we go. And I'm going to say my glue gun, because you got plenty of time to think about it. I'm not going to sit here for another 3 minutes. And this stuff, until you fold it in, that's when it really starts drying. So let's go ahead and fold it up right now. Just bring it over. Bring it over. There we go. Nice. Okay, we're going to do the same thing to the other side. I mean, make sure you take a little bit of time with your wing too, because in doing this is everything to make sure the wing holds in place. Okay. Nice and steady. Fold it over. Now we're going to put a bead right down this inside edge here on both sides, and then fold that in tight also. Just be able to press down nice and tight and get a nice tight seal across here. Give it a good push. That other score line right across here, we're going to just half score it. So we're going to go ahead and that line best you can so that you fold it open. There we go. Then again, we're going to take our knife and we're going to score the back side here. Let's do it across this side. Just take your knife and put a 45 right across the back side. Just like that. Okay, if you don't like your cut going across there, you can always take a piece of sandpaper, go across it, clean it up. There we go. Make it nice. Now, what I like to do is go across that edge, fold it up a little bit, go take a little bead of glue, just like that. Fold that up. Rub it out really well. That seals the foam, the paper, everything. So you want to keep that kind of open and let it dry. Maybe lick your finger and go across it so it gets nice and smooth. There we go. Give that a couple minutes. Now what I like to do is run a bead of glue right down the center. Now this one opened up a little bit in the center. I'm not worried about that. We're going to fill it up with glue all the way down. You can always put a piece of tape across it. My gap got was a little bit too big, so I put a little scrap piece I had laying around here from everything else, filled it inside. I'm going to put one more bead of glue across that, and then wipe it in. You know, again, I'm doing this pretty quick. So then we're going to take another piece of tape, put it over the top. And that's going to seal everything together. Just like that. Cut it. Make sure it's not hanging over. Very good. Go ahead and put a bead of glue on your outside edges. Make sure you put a moderate amount on here. There we go. Go ahead and glue these, and keep an eye on these when you do this, that you want to make sure that this is nice and square. So you can take a square, or you can take a scrap piece of foam, put it up against it, hold it, make sure that it stays nice and square. Okay, so when you're all finished this is what you're gonna have. I have here a couple little scraps you'll see on my plans. A couple little scraps that say, you know, for bracing, for your motor mount. Your motor mount will go right here. And also your battery. If you take a look at this one here, I have with an FPV setup. So your control arm will be just maybe 1.5 inches in on either side. The nice part about this is when you cut out for your servos, if in fact something happens, you can always take a heat gun and warm it up and pull them out. I've already had a bad servo in this one. This one's set up with an FPV setup. Battery, I've made a cutout right in the front to put the battery. Steve from RC Dads, thanks for watching.